Hi, everyone. Welcome to a very special episode of International Hospitality Women's Day. Yes, it is 2026, and I'm thrilled to be back with another segment of celebrating women around the entire world, and especially our wonderful hospitality industry as well. And I'm so excited to share our special guest today. Now, we usually have about 7 or 8 women every year from around the world, but this time we have chosen one very special, not only to the industry, but to me as well. And I cannot wait to introduce her to you. So stick around. We're going to be having a great conversation with this one and only special guest. Here we go. International Hospitality Women's Day, and I have my very special guest with me, Ruth Ann Gardner. And can you guess who she is? Yep, she's my mother. So welcome, Mom. I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you.
It is probably a surprise for most people out there to know that I actually have my mom on the show, but I always have a great admiration for her, especially when it comes to meetings and events. So I'm extremely happy to have her here. Why don't you scoot over a little bit more? And so I have a couple questions for you, Mom, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Usually you have questions for me, like behave. But, you know, why don't we start out with the fact that you are my mother and that you have been with me and I've been with you probably the longest. And just wanted to find out, you know, what was motherhood really like? Because there's a lot of people in the hospitality industry that are mothers, they're fathers at the same time. And there's a lot of juggling that has to happen. But what about you? What was it like for you to be a mother?
I loved it. I loved it. I had 3 children really quick, and it was my life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was my life. My husband was in the military, so I spent a lot of time by myself with the children, and it was probably the best part of my life.
Which is a good thing. Does that mean we were good kids?
You were really good kids. You were. You were. I did have one boy, and he was a little ornery.
Yeah.
But yeah, you were good kids. Really good kids.
And so what was it about motherhood that you loved so much? And how did you handle that with all the careers that you did have?
Oh boy, that's a good question. I love motherhood. It's I guess I just had so much love in me. I had to share it with somebody. And with children, as some of you know, or all of you know out there, that having children is a special thing to a woman. When you give birth to a child, it just creates so much love for that child that it's something that you'll share the rest of your life and you'll never forget.
Well, it had to have been some tough times too, because you were trying to have a career at the same time. I mean, literally, you've had several different careers and worked really hard from what I remember, you know, being a young toddler.
Yeah.
Sometimes, Mom, you would be, you know, you'd had 2, sometimes 3 jobs.
Yes, I did.
And what were some of those jobs that you had?
Number one, I was a model. I did some modeling. And then I was a coach, a tennis coach. Mm-hmm. And I just had several jobs.
And you were in the medical field.
And I was in the medical field.
As an X-ray technician.
Yes, I was.
Which
yeah.
Probably has changed quite a bit today.
Which I really loved, because I love taking care of people. And a lot of the people were seniors. And I just had, my heart was just taking care of people. Mm-hmm. I always felt that way.
Yeah. Yeah, you've always had a special heart to take care of people.
Yes, I did.
And I developed that trait, which makes me a sensitive person, somebody that really cares about helping other people, no matter what we're doing. We just have that instinct.
Yes.
Even though I've never actually been a mother, I've been a mother of a 4-legged kid, but that's about it. So motherhood and career is something sometimes hard to manage.
Very hard. And people probably would think, well, why did you have 3 jobs? And there are times in your life where you have hardship, and there's needs of maybe carrying a bigger load. And being a mother and handling 3 jobs was a load. It was a lot.
Yeah.
But we did it and came through. And I loved it.
You certainly did.
You just do what you have to do in life.
And don't you believe that no matter where you are in your life, you're always, once you're a mother, you're always a mother?
Always a mother.
I'm always knocking on your door, Mom, what's for dinner?
Always. And I think in the olden days, I think it was very hard to express your love for children. I was raised that way. I never had any really close hugs or friends or anything in those days. But as I got older, it just became so much more important to, hug people. I think women are really good at that, to go around and hug people when you haven't seen them for a long time, or just to be able to hug.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, in the hospitality industry, we are in a kissy huggy industry. There's a lot of hugging that goes on in our industry. So I'm glad you like to hug, Mom. That's a good thing. And that really helped us as adults to be passionate and to be very, very kind to people at the same time. So, speaking of hugs and kisses in the industry, you worked in the hospitality industry, which a lot of people didn't know, which I think is probably where I got the trait of getting into the hospitality, the meetings and events industry. So tell us about that.
Let's see. I think the biggest thing was working with Billie Jean King.
And the World Team Tennis Organization.
The World Team Tennis, yes. And one day I got a phone call because I was in the tennis field for quite a while. And she wanted to come out and fly out to Phoenix and interview me for a job with her. And I did end up getting it. So for 5 years, I worked with her. And what we did was we worked with children, young people, and we put them on a tennis court and tried to teach them tennis, things like that. So during that, I also got involved with a professional team that she had. And as far as working in the hospitality, I had to deal with a lot of hotels that had tennis courts and providing rooms for the professional players that came in, and I worked with them. So I dealt a lot with hospitality, and I loved it.
I think it's almost like comparable to trade shows.
Yes.
Instead of a trade show, you had to coordinate the tennis courts.
Yes.
And the food and beverage and the hotel rooms and the flights and the scheduling behind all the logistics behind the scenes that a lot of people don't realize when there is a tennis tournament going on.
Oh, yeah.
So was there which part of that was like the most difficult part?
Oh, most difficult.
And
coordination.
The coordinating and make sure everything was on time. And
yes, coordinating everything. And you also, like at that time, we had young people that we were teaching tennis to. So it's when you have a lot of young people, you got to be coordinated. And of course, Billie Jean really helped with that because she's done it quite a bit. She's worked with young people quite a bit. And I loved it. It was anything to make people better in whatever you're trying to teach or the events you're holding. You want them to learn. You want them to be able to walk away with some good things from that meeting. And these kids walked away with learning how to play.
Yeah, so there was definitely a purpose. And and the beauty of it too is you got to work with a lot of different celebrities, a lot of different high-end athletes, which had to make it a lot of fun too.
It is, but yet they can be real difficult too.
Okay.
Yeah. But I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah.
It was a part of my life that I'll never forget.
Good. That's great.
And then on top of that, Deborah was a tennis player.
Right, I was.
She became a tennis player in high school.
I was. Yeah.
And so it kind of rubbed off.
Yeah.
A little bit to help her be another part of her life.
It did.
Yeah.
It did. I really enjoyed playing tennis in high school.
Yeah.
So let's say that you go back in time, your younger self. What kind of advice would you have given yourself? What would you have done differently in your earlier motherhood or career, or any part of your life? If you had to redo it, what advice would you give yourself?
Oh boy. I married very young and had children very young. So I don't know whether I would have waited a little later and been able to live a little bit. But that's what God had in mind, was for me to have 3 children and go on with my life there. And
any dreams that you had?
Oh, I had a dream. I had a great dream.
Did you?
I wanted to be a rockette.
Oh, yes.
In New York.
Oh,
that
yes.
was my biggest dream, to be a rockette. And to this day, I still wish I was.
You love dancing.
I love dancing. I danced a lot. I took private lessons from Gene Kelly, who was a great dancer in the theater. And his mother was a teacher in dance.
Ah.
And she happened to be in our town, and I went and took some lessons from her.
Oh.
And so dancing was a big thing. You have to have some kind of outlet like that in your life. When you're a mother, it's not just mothering. You have to also remember yourself.
As a woman.
Yes.
Today, International Hospitality Women's Day, or Women's Day worldwide, it's all about taking care of yourself as a woman.
It is, number one. Yeah. And if people listening have children and want to go to these meetings where you learn more, please do that. Take time for yourself to be working on just yourself and doing things that you want to do. Sometimes as a mother, we forget ourselves because we're so busy taking care of children.
Or as a woman, and we always think of other people.
Always.
All the time.
Yeah.
And I think...
And that's a mother in you. You're taking care of children, and then you keep going, and all of a sudden you're taking care of other people and forgetting about yourself.
Yeah, once a mother is always a mother, that's for sure. And
Yeah.
as a woman in the hospitality industry, like many of them are out there, I know that they work so hard, whether they're a mother or they're not, actually. It's a very grueling industry. A lot of hours, a lot of time with people, a lot of tasks, a lot of goals that need to be met.
Traveling.
A lot of traveling, right. You're absolutely. And so I think that having self-care is extremely important.
Yes.
How do you do that? How do you keep yourself?
Oh boy, that's very important for me to take care of myself now, especially at my age. But I go to the club, I work out, swim, I play pickleball. I just try to be I'm in my 80s, and I have to keep going. I have to keep moving.
Yeah, you're
87.
87. See, I'm even forgetting how old she is.
So
you don't seem like 87, Mom. And I know a lot of the viewers are out there going, what? There's no way she's 87. And see what I have to keep up with?
You got to keep moving.
That's the key,
and she
right?
tells me that all the time. You have to keep moving, Mom. And that's so important. Just so important.
Right.
Don't ever let up and be lazy and not work out or make yourself fit. It's really important.
Yeah.
And especially as a mother. Being a mother is a lot of work.
Yep. And
you have to be physically strong.
Right.
To keep up with those kids.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. For sure. And I think, this stage of your life, you've got to find excitement. And because, even though you might be retired, you're still active in a lot of different things. And I think that's admirable to watch you and what you do every single day. It's like you're always doing something. I can never keep up with her, and trying to call her and find where are you? But staying in touch is very important for us as a family. And women need advice. Women need help. And you always help me in anything and everything I do. Probably too much because you've got that leadership ability in you. So I so appreciate that. And here, this wonderful, wonderful day that is across the world right now, I think is very important to recognize women like you, that is also a mother. So I believe that there is always some advice from somebody like you for the women out there. What would be something that we haven't talked about yet, but that one advice that you feel that every woman should hear because of the experiences that you have had?
I think the thing I learned mostly in my life is how to be a leader. And that is so important. We as mothers, we are leaders with our children, but we need to get out there and find something else too in your life. I became an athletic director at a university, and I never in my life ever thought I would do something. I never even thought of it being that. And I didn't realize how good a thing it was until I retired. I had to retire because of my husband's health. And I never realized what I had accomplished as to become a leader. And I think we as women are leaders. We lead in everything in our house, with our children, with our husband, your life. Women are pretty darn strong. And I think that's something that I found that I didn't ever think I would be.
Well, what I love is you're very supportive. A lot of my keynotes speeches that I do around the country, you're there. And rightly so, because it's so much fun to show a video clip and end my conferences with a video clip of you. And a lot of people don't know it's you, but it's a great story of you getting your college education at the age of 76. Because you were so busy with us kids and dad to make sure that our dreams come true and that we get through school and our passions and our goals are met, that you finally were able to pay attention to you. And getting that degree, and then a year later getting a master's degree in leadership. No wonder you're such a leader of our team, our family in particular. And so I think that's a really good advice, is find your way of being a leader for yourself, because it's very important to take, not only take care of yourself, but also show that you are an actual leader. So that's admirable, Mom. I love that. And everybody loves that story. They love that story, and they love having you there. It's really kind of a crack up because I'm back up at the stage, packing up my laptop while everyone runs to my mom for more of the rest of the story, or tell their story at the same time. So you have definitely a great story.
Well, so many. When I've gone to your meetings and you've shown that video, I don't know if everybody on this here today has seen that, but more women came up to me afterwards and said, I'm going back to school. I'm going to go back to school and I'm going to get my degree. If you can do it, I can do it.
And people years later that have seen her video will come up to me and say, I remember that video of your mom in cap and gown as she's going down to get her diploma. And it was really cool. And people years later still come and tell me, hey, because of your mom's video and that story, I went back to school. I had my kids dropped off at my in-laws and I took night school. And it's been a lot of fun,
And I did that. I had a full-time job at the time. And I stayed and worked all day, and then I went to school because I was working at a university. So I never went home till late that night because I was busy taking care of
remember.
myself. You
I
know?
remember.
That was a lot of work, but it was so rewarding.
Well, I can guarantee you the whole family was there on graduation day
Yes.
because it was it was a big milestone for my mom. So
It was.
I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed sharing that story to see all the wonderful expressions people have. Makes it very cool, very cool. So is there anything that you're going to be doing? Maybe you have a dream, a plan, a goal. I mean, at age 87, you never quit. You never
Yeah.
quit. So what is it that you still want to do in your life, other than continue to be a mom?
Yeah. Continue to be. Well, I'm a grandmother too.
Yes, you're a grandmother.
So I'm a grandmother, and I love that. And we all love grandkids, and so it's fun to watch them grow up, watch them come and see them. We have grandchildren in their 30s now, and they're all on their own. They all have jobs. They have bought homes.
Right.
And when you see that, you thought, well, maybe I had a little bit to do with that. Maybe
Right.
I encouraged them to do some of that. And if I did, I'm really lucky.
Yeah.
And so I think that's probably the biggest step for me right now. I still stay in
Spend
shape,
time with them.
but spend time with my grandkids, and we have a lot of good laughs and sports. I love sports.
She's a big Arizona
sports.
Diamondback fan.
I love sports. I watch everything, football, and I just watched the hockey on
The Olympics.
the Olympics. That was the most emotional thing for me. I thought it was so wonderful to love your country as much as those boys did for that team.
Right.
So there's a lot here in our life to enjoy and have fun with. If you just look, you'll find something that you'll become interested in and will love to do.
The opportunities are there.
Yes, they are.
They're right in front of you. It's just a matter of you taking the time to look for them.
That's
great advice,
Don't
Mom.
sit on the couch.
Great advice. Well, and I always loved your saying that you're never too young or too old to hustle.
Right.
Never. And the best part is her saying, learning is sexy.
Yeah.
Yep, for sure.
And it's never too late to learn.
Right.
Go back to school. It's never too late.
Never late to learn. Never late to learn. Well, thank you, Mom, for being here. This has been a quick interview here on the International Hospitality Women's Day. I hope you all enjoyed this wonderful little segment, a very special one with my mom, and hoping that you all have a wonderful day and that you actually go and say to somebody, Happy International Hospitality Women's Day, or just Women's Day. It's all about women today. So
give them a hug.
That's right. Give them a hug. That's right. It's all about our hugs, aren't we? Well, thank you again for joining us here on Hospitality Today Live. There'll be more segments coming up. Please enjoy them. Follow us on all your favorite social media platforms, and we will have something even more special for you next year. So until then, have a wonderful day. Bye.
Bye.